everybody, welcome to the Pollution Solution. My name is Cathy Merkel-Roddy, and I just wanted to reach out and say hi. It's been a while since I've made a video, so it's time. So I've been doing the medical medium protocols for about 2.5 months now, and I think last time I made a video, I was in the middle of doing the Liver Rescue 369 cleanse. And since then, I have just been doing mostly a raw, vegan, low-fat diet. Basically, I eat some cooked food, but usually just for dinner, and eat a lot of salads. I usually start my day off with 16 ounces of lemon water and 16 ounces of celery juice, followed by a heavy metal detox smoothie and usually a salad. Basically everything but the kitchen sink in that salad for lunch, and usually some sort of a potato or both vegetable or stir fry or whatever creation I am inspired to make that particular day. So for dinner, in between, I'm always eating apples, dates, pears, melon, all of the yummy stuff to make sure I feed my adrenal glands every hour or two so they don't get mad and have to release adrenaline. So, anyway, I'm feeling way better, and I just kind of wanted to check in to let you guys know that this stuff really does work. I don't know if you can tell the difference from my last videos, but my voice, which is stemming from a neurological problem in my body, is doing a lot better. Obviously, it's a work in progress, and I've only been at it 2.5 months now, so I guess it's reasonable to think that, it's not completely all better, but the electricity that was in my body running from my eyeball to my hip, constantly like zinging, zing, 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 all day long, every day, has subsided quite a bit. So I'm really thankful for that, because that was pretty annoying. Sitting around all day just feeling like you're hooked up to an electrode that's like zinging you. Not fun. So anyway, in addition to that problem, I had a whole long list of symptoms that I had developed over the years, not realizing that they were all related, but I really didn't acknowledge them, or that's not true. I acknowledged them. I did my best to treat them. For instance, I had terrible allergies for years. I took Zyrtec, Mucinex, and Flonase every day for at least the past 5 years or so, which, by the way, I'm off of now. And in reading the labels of the Zyrtec, it was a generic. Now, grant you, I'm not sure about the real thing, but in the inactive ingredients on the bottle, there was aluminum. I was dosing myself with a heavy metal every day in this pill, not realizing it. And furthermore, there are the majority of pharmaceuticals out there have some sort of heavy metal or petroleum product or plastic in it as an inactive ingredient. So, side note, eventually I want to be off of all of them. So currently I'm still taking my hormone replacement, but I was going to call my doctor to ask him to reduce the dose so that I could gradually go off of it and not cause myself to be like, because I'm having a hormonal reaction, which I'm sure my whole family will be thankful for, because I don't think they want to see me on PMS symptoms. So anyway, I had terrible hot flashes previously, insomnia, which I would say it's gotten 60% better. So I still have that wake up in the middle of the night at like 3 a.m. because I'm hot, sweating, can't get cool, can't get comfortable. Well, all these years I thought it was hormones, so of course that was one of the leading causes that made me go on hormone replacement therapy. But, come to find out, it's your liver working. Apparently your liver wakes up about 3 and starts detoxifying your body from the day before or years before or whatever you have encountered recently or even a while ago that's been lurking, being stored away to protect you. Your heart, your brain, your liver will absorb those things and shield you from them running around your bloodstream. But eventually, when the liver gets overburdened and too many of those things are floating around, you have to let it go. The liver can't only store so many things at once, so it's amazing that it does it as well as it does. Anyway, when you wake up at 3 and you're hot, like I was, it's the liver trying to work hard to figure out how to get it out of there and protect you, so it overheats in the process of doing that. So anyway, thought you would like to know that. So in addition to the allergies, I would get these terrible sinus headaches every day, just excruciating, which of course inevitably I would wind up taking a sinus pill of some sort or ibuprofen, which of course was further burdening my liver, not realizing at the time, but I was further taking myself down a road of impairment and destruction without realizing what I was doing. So, note to self, don't do it. Also, I had Restless Leg Syndrome. Oftentimes when I was trying to go to bed at night, I would get these like jumps in my leg, and I was not able to ever go to sleep because I was like constantly having this like zing from my leg, and that has almost completely gone away since I've been doing these protocols. And so that's great news, as well as my anxiety level has improved greatly since starting the protocols, because I used to just wake up immediately out of bed, springing out in a panic for no reason. Like, there's nothing going on. Why am I panicking? And I would wake up with this sense of dread and worry and just like dump adrenaline immediately, which, looking back on it now, is so unhealthy, but I just didn't know any better. I didn't know what was going on. I just thought I was being diligent by trying to worry about whatever it was I needed to worry about. So, anyway, that, in addition to an amazing amount of brain fog that was constantly plaguing me. It was like I would wake up and have to keep lists, because if I didn't, I would not remember what I was supposed to be doing. And even with the list, I know this sounds funny, but sometimes I would forget to look at the list. I would take a grocery list to the grocery store and never look at it once, and come home and go, oh, I forgot, whatever. And then I realized, well, if I had looked at the list, perhaps I would not have forgotten it. But I just couldn't remember to even look at the list. That's pretty bad. I just always attributed it to my being a blonde, so to speak, in a little ditzy or whatever. But what I realized is it was those neurotoxins in my brain impairing my ability to complete the thought or complete the function. So, something to bear in mind if you experience that. It has gotten a lot better as well. Now, granted, I still forget stuff, and I still like to have lists, but at least I remember to look at them now. So we're making progress, right? Okay, so another symptom I had was terrible acid reflux. I took a Zantac twice a day. I would take one in the morning and take one at night before I went to bed, because otherwise I'd have constant heartburn. And also, as a singer, we all know that is not good, to have the acid floating up into your esophagus, into your vocal cords as well. So I'm off of that completely as well. And it's funny because I was thinking back. It's interesting how, as the fog has been lifting out of my brain, how I am remembering old memories, things that I haven't thought of or known about in years and years. So, just a side note, in addition to all of that stuff, I have always had an issue with hypoglycemia, which was one of the reasons I resisted getting off of the ketogenic diet for so long, because my hypoglycemia always was prevalent, which basically means that I have had a sluggish liver since I was a child, because I've had it since then. And basically, hypoglycemia is the liver's inability to store glucose the way it's supposed to. So the liver, as well as producing all of its enzymes and bile and 2,000 functions, the liver also is supposed to be your backup unit for whenever you run out of glucose in your bloodstream. So, in the days of famine or whatever, you would go long times between meals. So once the glucose in your bloodstream was completely depleted, then the stores in your liver would be released as needed so that you could still function, because all of your cells in your body function off of glucose. So the sign that I had a sluggish liver was the fact that I would crash. Basically, after about 2 or 3 hours between meals, I automatically would crash, even if I had like a feast at Thanksgiving or whatever, giant meal. You'd think, okay, come on, Kath, how can you possibly be hungry again? But it wasn't even hunger. It was my brain's inability to function. It was lethargy, just feeling like I was run down and could not go on. So, come to find it out, it was my liver kind of overburdened from an early age. So in addition to all that stuff, I also had put on about 30 pounds right around the time I turned 50. So I, tried different means to try and combat the weight, not realizing that it was just a sluggish liver causing me to gain weight. I signed up to be a triathlete and started training and doing all sorts of lengthy exercise, and I lost a little bit of weight doing that, but it wasn't like dramatic like you would think. Working out 3 hours a day, you'd think, wow, you're gonna be skinny. Well, that was not the case, because in the meantime I was still eating the foods that fed the pathogens that were living in my liver, the viruses living in the liver that were taxing it, so it wasn't able to properly produce the chemicals needed to break down the fat and possibly burn it up as well. So that was a bust. Well, it was fun-ish, but it didn't do what I was hoping it would do. And furthermore, then I started a ketogenic diet. And ironically, it was, well, probably not ironically, because I believe it had something to do with the fact that I developed these neurological symptoms. So basically, the ketogenic diet was good in a way because it got rid of all of the grains and processed foods that I was eating that were also feeding pathogens. So in that regard, it was great. But unfortunately, it was also full of foods like dairy products and other things like that that fed the viruses and kept it proliferating in my body. So I did lose some weight, but I have to say that the new regimen that I'm on with medical medium stuff is much more effective for weight loss as well. So, and because he recommends the eating every couple of hours, my pool is kicking on now. So sorry about that. You're hearing the gurgling in the background. It's funny. So now, I'm not even like weighing myself or anything like that, but all of my clothes are falling off of me because I feel like my liver is finally having a chance to process the fat and basically do its functioning. So any sort of weight problem is literally a sluggish liver problem. So something you may or may not be aware of. But anyway, that has, for the first time in my life, I don't really think about my weight, which is nice. It's kind of ironic because I'm not thinking about it and it's finally working for me, but after 52 years, oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm thankful. Honestly, I'm very thankful. I'm thankful to Anthony William for being diligent and ever I guess diligent is the word, non-ceasing in his pursuits to get the information out there. I know it's hard because people are quick to shoot you down. Anytime you have some sort of a lightness in the world, unfortunately, human nature is got that bad little trait where we all like to be naysayers or criticize or judge. And I know for his method of receiving the information, some people are not really open to all that. So I know right off the bat people write him off because he's not a scientist by nature. All of his information he gets from spirits, so it's not scientific, although it is scientific. It's very thorough with its scientific explanations, even though it's not based upon studies and sort of traditional ways that we come about our new protocols. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful for someone. The reason I'm doing these videos is I want to get the word out. I don't want anyone to suffer. I want you guys to be healthy and happy and live your best lives that you can. So please know that this comes from a place of love within me and a sincere wish for all well-being for everybody. So I also hope to see you again soon. I won't wait so long to make another video. All right, take care. See you next time.